So then, for the Taiwanese, they should only serve in Japanese army as for other purposes, like to serve in Japanese factories or building sites, dockyards, and other sections. And they were also sent to help out in the running of farms, mines, forestry projects in Southeast Asia. I remember a neighbor of mine was sent to Thailand to serve in the farms for a while. My grandfather also went to Malaysia and working as a transporter, carrier. So then, after the outbreak of the war, the Taiwanese, the Japanese army in Taiwan set up a headquarters of the Imperial Japanese Army. This is actually the headquarters, and then started to enroll the volunteers, because the warfare didn't come out as the Japanese expected. There was actually a slogan in 1937 that we should finish off China in 3 months. But they stayed in China for 80 years and didn't finish off China. So their military was dragged in the battlefield in China. So the shortage of manpower forced Japanese to hire some volunteers in Taiwan. A lot of Taiwanese were sent to Japan for a start to work in the factory and so on. And later on, the Taiwanese were even enlisted to serve in the wars as combatants. Some of them were sent to Southeast Asia, but the Taiwanese will only be sent to Southeast Asia, not to mainland China. So this is a description of how the Taiwanese were used for the Japanese warfare. And this kind of barge, again, was actually decorated to the local people to promote these kind of volunteers. Like you have this barge telling that served in the Great East Asian War. And before you leave, before you join the army, always they will provide you with a possibility to take a family picture before you leave. And certainly most of them didn't make it to come back. And this is actually a physical exam for the military service. And you have to be qualified. That's why you saw in the film that the brothers were actually meant to have the problem with the eyes. And since it is contagious, so therefore they were not enlisted in the army. And many cases, when the soldiers were sent to battlefield, then the girls in the schools were asked to write a thanking letter for their countrymen. And this is, for example, one of the thanking letter. And everywhere in Taiwan, as well as in Japan, you have these kind of banners. You can have these kind of long truss or flags to promote the military speech in the people, like wish the Imperial Army has a great fortune. And sometimes they even kind of make it very honorable to serve in the army. And some people who were not qualified for the military service will actually petition to ask to serve in the military. And in this picture you can see that there was actually with the blood of the finger and to write down this letter. Say, I please ask you to reconsider my petition to join the army. And everywhere in Japan you can see this kind of flag. Have you been to Japan, to Tokyo? There is an Oedo museum in Tokyo showing the living situation of the Showa time. And I saw a lot of things that really appeared in my childhood, like this kind of flags, like a bunko with signs for the case of fire and so on. Very interesting. Taiwan was really kind of a copy of Japan at that stage. And this was actually in 1944 when this person, Matsuda, well actually it is adopted a Japanese name. He was enrolled in the Japanese Navy. Then there was already in 1944. Right? He took a picture of with the family to show that they ready to die for the country, for the fatherland. So this is another farewell picture taken with the family members. And yet another. Right? And you can see that is the training camp. They arrived with flag on their hand. It is the special volunteers of the Marine. They should be sent to this training camp, and then I think after 2 or 3 months military training, they will be sent to the fleet. Okay. And that is already that's 1940 something. And again, you can see that this group picture taken of the young people who were ready to fight or to die for the emperor. And the outcome, you can see one leg missing, one arm missing. This is of course a Aboriginal. And a lot of them were actually missing their limb. And you were lucky that you still came back with one missing limb. Some of them arrived in urn with the ceremony from the Shinto monks. That's the very beginning with what we saw. And a little shrine will be established in the house in the memory of the fallen one. Right? Okay, well, we take another